what's up? And 'tis the season. Welcome back to another riveting episode of Manifested Drama. Today we take a tour of an. You can insert some applause if you want to.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Hold please. I have to make it live. And hang on, we're gonna cheer. I'll surprise you with it. Just keep trucking.
Okay. All right. Today we take a tour of a Nepo baby's Manhattan apartment, give our opinions about a new book by Britain's favorite redheaded twat, and check in on how George Floyd's murderers and see how he's enjoying prison. All that along with with Tales of Florida. And don't forget about the Derby Karens, everything we hate, and of course, the dumbass of the week. Whether you are a fa-la-la fanatic or a begrudging Grinch, we are sure there will be something here to tickle your Christmas balls. My name is Amy.
I'm Missy. And this is
we invite you to grab a glass of Christmas cheer while we piss and moan about everything and literally anything. Welcome to Manifested Drama.
Yeah, we really kind of do piss and moan, don't we? I like your drink. It's very pretty. What is it?
Thank you.
Is it alcohol?
It is. Yes. It is the spiced cranberry Sprite with tequila and grenadine.
Okay. That is some fa la 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 lose your panties. That's what that's going to be.
That's what it's called. I've been trying to come up with a name for it.
You're welcome.
Lost
the
panties.
Panty Dropper. I'm sure there's already a shot called the Panty Dropper.
There's already a shot called the Panty Dropper, but this can be Lost Panties.
Lost Panties. Or my 20s, my early 20s, whichever comes first.
So there's a redheaded slut. Maybe this could be a gray-haired hooker.
Gray-haired hooker. Oh, gray-haired sex worker, remember? Let's go back to
June. That's right. I forgot.
We're not allowed to say
gray-haired sex worker. I apologize.
Gray bush and all, guys. Gray bush and all.
Feel free to read me in the comments. I deserve it. Oh.
Yeah. I decided, too, I was going to start trying to do better at putting out some shorts, not only like on Insta, but on YouTube as well, just to kind of drop it.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't, because not everybody's down for an hour of our chat, and that's their absolute fucking loss. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I can't blame. It is their loss, but I can't honestly blame them. Let's say. I mean, we are a lot.
My ADHD is not hanging on for even an hour of my own discussions, guys. So, all right.
I can't even pay attention to myself for that long.
We're too poor to. That's why we can't afford it.
I can't afford it. I can't afford it.
Sorry, May. So, are you getting more into the Christmas spirit now that? No, you're not. I can tell already.
Okay, so I am actually. I am. Okay. I'm not quite. So actually, we watched two Christmas movies on Thanksgiving. We watched the Thanksgiving Day parade, and V actually sat on the couch with me and watched the whole thing. It was really nice. Oh yeah, it melted my bitter heart.
Oh. Like if you had one,
we watched. It melted my heart facsimile.
Okay.
So we watched the parade, and then we watched Christmas Vacation, and then we watched Elf. And okay, so I had never seen Elf because I hate Will. I know. I hate Will Ferrell. Yes, we are. Stop it.
I love him.
I know you do. I know you do. I know you do.
I still believe you've lived on this planet for the last 20 years because Elf has officially been out for 20 years and have not even.
I know.
Begrudgingly watched it.
I did. I begrudgingly watched it, and I will tell you, I got a little teary-eyed at the end. When they're singing "Santa Claus is Coming to Town." I didn't know that Zooey Deschanel was in that movie.
Yeah,
and
with her
I still stand by that. Will Ferrell is the worst thing about. He's an Orlando Bloom. He's the worst thing about everything he's in. That's my opinion.
You can be wrong. It's fine.
I'm allowed to be wrong. I'm an American. I have a right.
Let you have that, but you're gonna be wrong. It's okay. So we have watched 8-Bit Christmas, which has Neil Patrick Harris telling the story of the first inception of the like not Super Nintendo, but the very first gray and white Nintendo, and kind of its coming out evolution of the 80s and like being a kid in the 80s and shit, where he's telling his daughter this. And then we've watched Elf, we've watched Spirited, which if you have Apple TV, or if you just want to sign up for a free trial of Apple TV and cancel it after, I think it's actually gives you one for like 3 months, then you can watch Spirited, because it's Ryan Reynolds and your favorite person ever, Will Ferrell, together. It's a Christmas Carol, essentially, where Ryan Reynolds plays himself. I guess he's an asshole, and Will Ferrell is Ghost of Christmas Present. Yeah. So, but we've watched that one. We've, like I said, watched Elf. We've already watched Home Alone 2. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, we've watched the Grinch, the animated Grinch that came out like in 2018. So we are much like my house. We've already Christmased everything. Like I watched the parade because the kids slept in, and so we weren't cooking for family. So I watched the parade for a little bit, and the boys got up and they watched the parade with me for a little bit. But like I said, whenever you first jumped on, is like we're now 2 days away because the city has this fucking Christmas decoration contest, and we decided to go out. Like, we're building shit. I've been painting. That's what I spent like my 4 days of like Thanksgiving break that adults get, right? I didn't go Black Friday shopping or anything like that. I spent my time cutting shit out and fucking painting shit. And so
I've been seeing the videos.
we've been putting it off. Like today we had to polyurethane, and I have one more to fucking paint and cut out. And we're to the point now where we're actually like assembling the braces to be able to put them outside, because we have to be done by Wednesday. Like that's when they come take pictures and all that shit to put it on noise. That sounded moist. But, oh, dribblies. Nice. Y'all, she tried to be fucking like slick, like a sex worker after a job. Wipe that chin all ladylike and shit. Hooker. That hooker. But hooker. We have to get everything in the yard. Well, like we've got 7 inches of snow. We got a little bit above average, ladies. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But now we have to dig out spots in the fucking snow for these goddamn wooden fucking monstrosities that I've done by hand, basically. So we'll see how it turns out. I'm hoping if we don't get like a hell of a lot of votes and stuff and win this $200 gift card to recoup the money that I've spent on fucking wood and paint and everything, like I'm literally like, even if we win, we're in the fucking hole, basically.
So there's a prize?
Yeah, there is a prize other than like notoriety, obviously, but we do it because Kevin, he likes to dress as the Grinch, and we're gonna put like a little we have these like shitty plastic Adirondack chairs we got from Lowe's that we're gonna paint one red, paint one green. We're gonna make it work. It's like a little photo op kind of deal, and so hopefully that'll pander the people and we can get votes. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, but I mean, I guess the bright side would be you are totally going to win. I'm in your side, and you tell me where I vote, and I will flood that voting box with votes for you. But at least like you could like continue to do this and maybe like add to it, and maybe you could be like the Grinch house, like then you like that could be your thing.
Yeah, because like there's a Rose Hill, one of the towns next to us. There's a guy. It's the Griswold House, and he has a Facebook dedicated where he starts. And if you've ever seen the Great Christmas Light Fight, he is that guy where his whole house, his yard, everything is. It's really cool if you go look, because like you can look and you can see, because you can't go in his yard, but you can stand and you can see like, oh, there's a fucking whatever, like there's the lamp from A Christmas Story, there's a goddamn Winnie the Pooh that I didn't fucking see there, and it's really really cool. But then like his neighbor has like one of those like ditto signs, like a like you know. And so that's kind of what I know. That's kind of what we're hoping for, is we have, like an actual live Grinch. We have all of this hand painted shit, and I'm going to add to it year after year. But this was like the first year that it was like, well, I don't really know what I'm doing. Like I had to buy a fucking jigsaw, still have all 9 2/3 of my fingers, didn't lose anything else. Yeah, I had to borrow a
Yay.
circular saw from a friend today, and or not today, but I borrowed it last week and I didn't use it until today. And so if you're ever not savvy when it comes to power tools, like if you're using a saw, like let it stop all the way before you try to lift it up, because that motherfucker will be like
Yeah,
and shake your whole
that's a good tip.
everything. So,
That's a good tip.
but yeah, I've used acrylic paint and like you can't tell my camera's so shitty, but I've stained my nails. I've broken my nails where like this one's cracked. Like I don't know if you can see that or not.
Oh,
Yeah. So I've
no,
got to
I
get this
can't, but I
done.
believe you.
Can you? Hold on.
I can't see it, but I believe. Oh,
Put
now
your
I can
glasses.
see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got to go get my nails done soon. Fucking camera.
It's not my
Yeah.
glasses, you fucking bitch.
I don't even know. I took mine off and I don't even know where they are at this point. So, but yeah, that's kind of how we're holidaying. How was your Thanksgiving? We did talk a
Thanksgiving was
little
really
bit.
nice. Yeah, we did. I got a ham, so there wasn't like a whole lot of like to do about
Yeah.
like dinner. And I did simple sides. You know, I just asked everybody what they wanted, and I made mashed potatoes, sweet potato casserole. I made these really good bacon and puff pastry strapped asparagus spears, or strapped,
Okay.
wrapped asparagus spears. And what else did we have? I made deviled eggs, even though I don't eat
Okay.
them. And I made the Jello salad that I told you
Yeah.
about, and that was like the first thing that was gone. So I was like,
I was in the
Granny
bar
knew
and
what she's doing.
I literally went, "What the fuck is a Coke salad?" And everybody just looked at me because I was like, because we
It's
go
a
to a bar on the Wednesday
Colombian
before.
gold.
Yeah, so I was like, "What the fuck is a Coke salad? Like, what is that?" And literally, all the white people all looked at me like I was supposed to know, but apparently, you know white shit that white people don't
Aren't you from
know.
Irving? You should know.
No, I'm from
They can't
Kansas,
afford
so we
Coke in
don't fucking know.
Irving.
That's true. Well, they can, but it just goes in their noses. So there's
Yeah.
that.
But it
So
was nice. You know, like I said, we watched some TV in the morning, and then I guess about noon, I started, whipping up sides. And at 3 o'clock, the ham went in. At 6 o'clock, we turned the TV on some football and sat at the dinner table and watched football and ate. And we've been grazing on leftovers ever since. And those leftovers, you know how like sometimes leftovers they just don't move. Like they
yeah,
sit there and nobody wants them.
holiday
These
they
leftovers have
slap.
been
Yeah,
moving. And so I'm very happy about that. We have like less than half of that 8-pound ham left. And all the potatoes are gone. The sweet potato casserole is gone. The jello's gone. I think, yeah, ham and asparagus spears is all we've got left. So it
yeah.
was a good one.
Did
It was
you
a good
watch
holiday.
the Cowboy game and see Dolly Parton?
I did not watch the Cowboy game, but I watched the halftime. I watched the
Okay,
video of her halftime show.
it was
What'd you
cute.
think?
I thought it was cute. I
It was
thought I was
cute.
like, oh, look at her. But you can tell she's older because she's like 80, right? Something. And I think the point of it originally was so she performed in front of a star, which that's Dallas Cowboy logos. I think originally the idea was to have her come up out of the star because looking at it, there's a hole. Like somebody was either going to
Yeah,
come up or maybe it didn't work, but she stood in front of it and she very much like an older woman was walking, but she was holding on to it while she was walking. So it was one of those. She
yeah.
didn't do full songs. Like she started off with Jolene, did 9 to 5, and I don't remember what else, but it
What
was
did you
very
think of the
short.
Queen medley? Because
I think
she
she
did
wrote
"We
it.
Are the Champions" and huh?
Yeah, but she wrote those songs. I'm pretty sure she wrote
"We
"We
Are
Are the
the
Champion."
Champions" and
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think so. Hold on.
Who wrote "We Are"? Because that's the only reason I could think of why she was doing it. Because
Well, she's doing this whole rock star era thing now. Like she's like releasing, like, you remember how Johnny Cash released before he died, he released that
yes,
album.
mm-hmm.
That's what she's doing. And so
Okay,
she recorded "We Are the Champions" and "We Will Rock You." So that's why she did those, cuz I'm pretty sure that Brian May wrote "We Will Rock You."
okay. And I don't think she was
Yeah.
live. I do think she lip synced.
No. She lip synced, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you could
But
tell she was kind of
Britney
off.
Spears lip syncs. You know
Yeah.
what? She's 80. She's upright. She's wearing high heels, full beat, and a wig. You know what? Texas, calm down.
Let her do her, yeah.
Everybody can
And
calm
that's
down.
the whole
Let Dolly
thing is
be Dolly.
let Dolly Parton be. She's 77. So yeah, she's up there. I
Yeah.
know she's
She's
gonna
got
stop
50 years
touring.
live performances and
Yeah.
incredible music and incredible performances and rumors out the wazoo.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, just let the woman, just let her get that coin and do what she wants to do
Yeah.
and leave her the fuck alone.
I liked it. I took it for what it was it's a septuagenarian performing for us, and she's one of like America's treasure. So you got to take it for what it
Yeah.
was. It was very, very fast, but it was a very, very good game as well. So you missed a good game.
It was a good game. I just have a hard time watching the Cowboys, and I do not like well, not the Redskins. What are they? The Commanders. I've
Mm-hmm.
never liked the Commanders.
Well, that's because
So
they're our
what's so
rival.
funny? Yeah. I was telling, and the Eagles too, because I was telling Eric that in Dallas or DFW, it used to be back in like the 80s and early 90s when they would play the Eagles. You remember the radio station, the Eagle. They would change the name of the radio station for that weekend to the
Yep.
Cowboy.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
he's like, for what? I'm like, they used to be good, okay?
Yeah. I mean, they're good this year. They're having a good. I'm not gonna kid myself to think that they're gonna surprise all of us and go and win the Super Bowl. Like, if you're a Cowboys fan, like if it happens, it
They have a
happens. It's
pattern.
probably not gonna happen. I know that their defense is really, really good, and Kevin keeps saying like if Tony Romo had this defense, he could have gone a lot further than he did, and he could have won one. I'm not a Tony Romo fan, so I don't subscribe to that. I think for one, he's doing commentating now, and that man needs a fucking lozenge. He talks like this. It's so great. And I'm like, ugh, like take a drink, man. What? Huh? Yeah, it was.
What?
Yeah. Boy, get out of my conversation. Apparently,
Is
witness
that
trying
win?
trying to mansplain me.
About the Cowboys?
Mm-hmm.
Does he not know that because that you know more about the Cowboys because you named him
I know, right?
after a
Yeah.
cowboy?
I'm just saying I am winning our fantasy football league right now. I have the best record. I am
Nice.
number one. I have the most wins, and yeah, I have the most
You're
points as
number
well.
one. You're number one.
So, but yeah, we had a lot of food actually. So I don't know. I don't know if anybody wants to chime in, but we had this turkey that my dad gave me last like December. He
The
had
cursed
this
salmonella
first.
turkey.
So we get it out. Like, I had done my research to make sure that this turkey stays in your allegedly stays in your freezer. You can keep it frozen for up to a year. So we got it out Sunday midday. Tuesday, that motherfucker was still frozen fucking solid. So I got it out like Wednesday morning, and we basically kind of let it set out all day Wednesday till it majority thawed out. We put it back in the fridge. We had put it in because we do our meals like at lunchtime, and then we eat on the leftovers for the next 4 days. So my turkey went in the oven at like 8:30, and we started it in our roaster oven, and it got after like 4 hours, which it was a 14-pound turkey. So that's what 20 minutes per pound, 15-20 minutes per pound. It should have been done by 12:30 ish, right? At 12:30 it was like 156 degrees. Poultry you have to cook to 165 to 168 degrees. So we are like, okay, let's let it cook a little bit longer. We let it cook for like another 30 minutes, and it's still like 155 to 158 degrees. And I was like, okay. And I had pulled some
It's
of the
holding in the danger zone.
exactly. And so I had pulled out some of the juice out of it so I could make turkey gravy with it and everything. Because, if you don't know how to make gravy from scratch, you're not a real Southerner. And I know how. Thank you. But then I held my meat thermometer up against my roaster oven, and it was like 80 degrees. But that juice was hot. So we took it out and we put it in the oven for another hour. And it stayed at 155 to 158 degrees. And I was like,
dude, what happened to your turkey?
I don't know. And if anybody has any more culinary skills than we do that can tell me what the fuck, we just were like, okay, we're not meant to have turkey this Thanksgiving. And we had like a 10-pound ham anyway. So we just ate ham. We had green bean casserole. We had cream corn. We had stuffing. We had macaroni and cheese. We had mashed potatoes. We
Oh,
had
we had
deviled
corn and
eggs.
stuffing too. I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
Because we have a lot. We had a shit ton of leftovers. But like by the first
Hmm.
end of like Friday, the ham was already gone. So we went and got another ham. And we ate, like, we
Oh,
made another ham,
wow.
like another 8-pound ham, because they were on sale. Because,
Well,
Dylan's just trying to get
I
rid of
suppose
shit that didn't
you do
sell.
have 3 boys in your house, whereas I only have 2. And
Yeah.
Eric has gotten to the point where he used to be able, man, he could pack away those calories. He could just eat and eat and eat. It's not like that anymore. But Steven, he's got 2 hollow wooden
Oh,
legs.
yeah.
But even that, we still have ham left over. But you got 3 boys. Or you got
And we,
2 boys and Kevin, whatever the hell
yeah.
Kevin is.
It kept me asking, that's a toss up for some fucking day today. But he ate most of the ham. He was the haminator.
Okay.
And we had it, and it was one of those that it was like, well, everybody was fucking starving as it was 2 o'clock. They hadn't had breakfast, and I was like, just here, everyone, take your food. I'm so sorry, I'm starving you. So yeah, and we still have a little bit of ham left after cooking another one. We should have. I am back to eating healthy, so I am not going to be partaking in leftovers, but the rest, everybody else, I don't know. Rylan ordered like themselves and their siblings Taco Bell on DoorDash today. I don't quite know what Kevin is eating, but I know that ham's going to get eaten either way.
Do you ever make use the ham hock or the bone to make beans or anything? Are y'all into
Yeah,
that?
we save it for our black eyed peas for New Year's.
Nice. There you go. There you go. Stop
That's what we
chewing
do.
on my furniture. I will end you.
He's like, but it's so yummy.
Yeah, I said it on a microphone, which means I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
I'll catch a case. I'll catch a case for your little ass.
It's okay. You know what? They gotta
Well,
prove
it
it
sounds
first.
like we had good holidays, which, Thanksgiving for me has always been kind of taboo. I had so many bad ones when I was a kid. I had just kind of before I had the kids, and obviously before I met Eric, I was just like, fuck going to Thanksgiving. I'm not going to go and be fake in front of all those people. I'm going to go find an open bar somewhere and get drunk. Because I've only got 1 day off from work. I've got to go back to work on Friday. So why am I going to waste the 1 day that I've got off being miserable? I might as well be alone and be at least happy,
Yeah,
But
I think
this year I got
way.
drunk, but I got to be around my family and I got to have some good food. And I really enjoy cooking, especially big meals. So that was very very therapeutic for me too.
Oh, nice.
Even though it's a lot of work. Yeah.
Yeah. It was nice. The one, I guess, good thing about not speaking to my family right now is that I didn't have to wear a bra the whole day. I didn't have to company clean my house. I didn't have to worry about having especially with the food being delayed. Like when you have people come over your house to eat and the food is delayed, that's just all that extra pressure was not there.
That's that extra layer of
so fucking
stress that
nice.
you just
Yeah.
don't need.
I didn't have to be nice.
Did you wear
to
your pajamas
anybody.
all day?
No, I'm a leggings and a t-shirt kind of girl, and I have
Me too.
3 pairs of leggings because I don't leave the house enough to warrant, having 7 pairs of black leggings.
You don't have
And
every color and pattern of Lululemon? You call yourself
no,
a white
well,
middle class, middle-aged
I am
white woman?
I am poor. I do have some LuLaRoe. Do you remember LuLaRoe leggings?
I remember the pyramid scam.
So this LuLaRoe was they have these buttery soft, the leggings are very, very soft. There was one of them, she was a LuLaRoe salesperson. Micah's daycare, she gave all of the moms LuLaRoe leggings, and I got some black ones. Some very, those were the hard ones to find, because basically you got these god awful fucking patterns, whether you liked it or not, you got them, right? So I got some black ones, and we moved in the house, I was painting my fireplace, and I sat on something, and my black LuLaRoe leggings have a white paint spot, it's a butthole on the back, so I can't leave the house in them a whole lot. And so I have another pair of leggings that I was not paying attention this time, going ham, and I was using my pants as a napkin almost, and I've got paint all over my leaving the house leggings. So for Halloween, I had bought, these are actually not leggings, they're tights. and I got them, but they are like thick tights because, Kansas, it's cold. And I was like, well, here's my new leaving the house leggings. And then I do have like two pairs of like a green pair and a blue pair of LuLaRoe leggings that I look like a fucking fat little round elf when I wear them. Like, I'm not going to the house in fucking green
Aw.
leggings. I may represent the lollipop girl, but I'm not going to make you a fucking toy. So, yeah.
You're not gonna walk around like Herbie the goddamn elf,
No, oh my God, it was so
whining
bad.
about how you want to be a fucking dentist.
Exactly.
Then be a fucking dentist, Herbie. Just
Yeah.
go and do it. Who cares what that
Nobody's
big ass
stopping you.
fat elf says? Nobody's stopping you but you, Herbie.
We have a little bit of TikTok gossip is where I guess we kind of found it. But there's a guy, I forget his name, but he goes around New York and he asks people, hey, how much do you pay for rent in New York? And I like watching it, but it always seems like it's like young college hipsters, right? That are always
Yeah.
on there.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm a butterfly
With
specialist.
these
Or I play a butterfly.
incredible apartments.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean, there's also those people on TikTok that I like to watch that they go to all of the apartments for rent and they tell you how long it's been on the
Yeah.
market and how it's like comparable to what is in the city. He's like, this one's been on the market for 142 days and I'll tell you why and all this. So I love that one. But he goes around. So he approaches this younger kid and watching it, until you pointed out to me or whatever, I didn't know who it was. But he approaches this younger kid and this kid, he's like, how much do you pay for rent? He's like, oh, whatever West End prices are. I don't even know what the fuck did he say. Some fucking neighborhood price. Yeah. Very like out because the rest of them that actually pay their rent, they're like, oh, I pay this much. Like they got a good fucking deal, right?
Or they
But
don't
he's
want to
like,
tell
this
you
much.
because
Yeah.
they know it's too much.
Well, it turns out it's Deacon Philippi. And if you don't know who Deacon Philippi is, he is the offspring of Reese Witherspoon and Ryan Philippi when they were married before Brian cheated on Reese, like the bastard that he is. So he's not paid. That's why he's not exposing what his rent is because he doesn't pay it. But he has like this big fucking like Manhattan townhome with a fucking spark, and he's got roommates, right? But they're not paying rent either. But it was just one of those that he's so out of touch. Like it was that typical Nepo baby, like, come look at my house that my parents pay for. And then I'm gonna, yep, I have a keyboard because I play music and let me play you some music. And then he did, and he was very into like his own music. I was like, oh, he's that guy.
They're
Okay,
always
cool.
they're always their own biggest fan.
Oh my gosh. And his mom is like, baby, you're great. You're so wonderful.
Oh, you're a visionary. A visionary, baby. And you know what? It's like they probably they're like, Reese and Ryan, they sat down and they're like, he's getting to the age where he's going to be going off to college soon. And we really need to make sure that he gets that, college experience. He needs to know what it's like to have roommates. And I'm like, he needs to know what it's like to pay a goddamn bill is what he needs to know what it's like. He needs to know what real estate prices in New York really feel like.
West Village prices. That was his. So it's a BuzzFeed article that was like when, because the guy's name is, hold on, I totally fucking breezed past that like an amateur. Caleb Simpson. He is a TikTok personality. He does, like we said, he goes and he asks, and he's like, how much do you pay? And he's like, West Village prices, man. He should have been like, well, my mom and dad pay. And I think that's the whole thing is he got a lot of heat on social media, as Nepo babies tend to do, because it was no like acknowledgement of I'm very, very fortunate. It's like, hey, come listen to my Casio keyboard in my bedroom real quick. Let me play you my sick beat. So
play me some Mambo Suite number 3.
It's like he's like, oh, when the saints go marching in, like the rest of us, like I can play chopsticks sometimes. You don't want none. But, and I get like, we talked about how people are like, what is he supposed to live in a fucking hole just because he's a Nepo baby? But it's that whole like out of touch bullshit. That
we don't expect Reese Witherspoon and Ryan Phillippe's son to live in a crack den in Brooklyn. But what we do what we would hope is that they would teach their son a modicum of humility and make him understand the immense amount of privilege that he was born into, and
Yeah.
that he will have his whole life thanks to not his music career, but thanks to his mother and his father. More his
Yeah.
mother, because when was the last time Ryan Phillippe did anything? But I
He
mean,
was
if it was
killed off
me,
of Big Sky. He was in Big Sky for a couple of episodes. He got killed off of there. I think everything
no,
he
he
does,
probably
it
deserved
gets,
it.
it's like the Mark Paul
He gets killed.
Gosselaar curse. It gets killed or gets
Trending full
canceled.
intentions
Yeah,
never escape it.
I'm telling you, because that was what we noticed about Mark Paul Gosselaar from Saved by the Bell was that everything post Saved by the Bell that he did
Man,
got
man,
canceled or
he
he
should have
like
just
got
stayed
killed
Zach
off.
Morris.
Yeah, he
If
should have
it's weird
rode that
to
shit.
see Mark Gosler in something else with dark hair, I'm like,
Mm.
you are no, don't be dramatic. Put your hair back blonde. Put on a loud Cosby sweater and start chasing Kelly Kapowski around. That's where you belong. That's where I'm comfortable with you.
But you know he's like not. Did you know he's not white? Were
Says
you aware of
who?
that? He is.
No.
Yeah, his mom is. I want to say. Hold on, I'm gonna look. He's not like a white guy. That's why he has dark hair. He's not a natural blonde. Hold
Well,
on, I'm
yeah,
looking at.
but there are brunette white people.
He
I
describes
used to be
himself
one.
as his mother's Indonesian, so he's not
Oh,
white.
okay.
Yeah.
So he's
So when he
Asian.
says he's half,
Okay.
yeah, he speaks Dutch, he speaks Indonesian, and yeah, his dad's white, mom's, and he's half Asian. So he's legit half Asian. He's not even like a blonde haired
Hmm.
dude.
Okay. Well, but when you give your son a name like Mark Paul Gosselaar,
Yeah.
that's the whitest white name ever, other than Tiffany Ann Thiessen. You know,
But
just
that's that
it's
whole SAG bullshit too, where they like Emma Stone's real name is Emily, but since there was already an
mm-hmm.
Emily Stone in SAG, like she had to change her name.
Oh, that
Yeah, that's
sucks.
where
That
that's like
sucks.
the like you're Chad Michael Murray. It's not that he's just super proud of being like the whitest white guy ever, but he's like, there's
Yeah.
already a Chad Murray. I have to change my name.
Mm-hmm.
So or
Yeah.
like
You
Tom
know, and
Cruise.
Mario Lopez, I mean, Mario Lopez is kind of like a whitewashed, like Hispanic name. It's
Yeah.
like very generic. I don't even know if that is his real name, but it's like, man, you were so much cooler when I thought your name was AC Slater.
Yes, for sure. Did they ever tell us what it stood for?
Albert Clifford.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Nice.
I was quick on that one.
Yeah,
I
you
always thought I
were.
was more of a girl, but apparently I was all about Slater.
Yep. He's 50. Can you fucking believe that? Like, I know that they're older than us, but I'm like, geez Louise.
Fuck him.
Goodness. I had no business lusting after them as young as I was.
My God, they were what? They were 20, like in their 20s,
Gosh,
acting
yeah.
like they were. I mean, Dawson's Creek did it too. And that's why Dawson's Creek for me was like, I just didn't buy it because I'm like, fucking teenagers don't talk like
Don't
that.
talk like that.
You
No.
are written, no, it's so unrealistic. So, but it was, they were in their 20s, acting like teenagers. And so that, I
But
mean, they got exactly what they wanted out of us,
that's such an American thing. 'Cause there was like some movie that we watched at one time that it was a spoof movie, but it's all 20 somethings play all high school kids. And it's like, this is America. We know what 16-year-olds look like. And it's like fucking Ryan Reynolds at 35 and shit. So, but yeah.
Oh God.
But so, yeah, I would like,
Did you know who else I found out is half Asian?
who?
Rob Schneider.
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Did you know Elle
Hi,
King is his
behind
daughter?
times. Who?
Elle King?
Elle King is Rob Schneider's daughter?
Yes.
Rob Schneider lives in Scottsdale. Maybe I can meet Elle King.
There you go. Have some goals. Yeah,
I need
that's
to go to
his daughter.
Scottsdale.
I just think of, since you said
Wow.
he's half Asian, then I think of with the movie Grown Ups that he did. It was like Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Chris Rock, and they go back to, because they're basketball, like their
Spain.
childhood. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rob Schneider's got 3 daughters. and one of them, like one's Asian, like two of them are like model-esque, beautiful, and then like there's one that she's like his child, like same mullet haircut, everything. And they're like, oh, that makes sense. But one of them is Asian. She's one of the girls from the Real World San Diego, Jamie something. What the heck is her last name? Jamie.
No clue. The only Real World that I ever really watched was San Francisco because I was in love with Pedro.
Oh, I know. So I was telling you, so Jamie Chung was Real World San Diego. Chad Michael Murray that I just talked about was in One Tree Hill with Brian Greenberg, who is married to Jamie Chung, who was on Real World San Diego with Cameron something or other of like Cameron Eubanks, which is on Southern Charm, which I've started watching because who doesn't need enough trash TV in their life? I definitely need more of it. I would love to be trash TV, actually.
We are trash TV. We have a video podcast.
That's true. You're welcome.
And we are trash.
Dumpster fire.
You are welcome. The whole world is welcome.
The whole world is welcome. So, yeah. But speaking of dumpster fires, or not really, I guess, but Robert Pattinson and Suki Waterhouse are having a baby, and I don't know how I feel about Twilight procreating.
Well, I mean, are they going to CGI the baby? Because it wasn't necessary in the movie, so it won't be necessary in real life either.
It'd be a lot cooler if they did that.
I'm pretty mad about the whole thing. You know, Robert Pattinson, I have a real beef with anybody who tries to do Batman because I love Michael Keaton in Batman so much.
Fact.
And I'm mad at Ben Affleck. I'm mad at Robert Pattinson. I've always hated Christian Bale. And so when he was
no, you're not. No, the fuck you're not.
You're not. You can't dance, which is why they put you in the middle of every dance sequence when you did Newsies.
Exactly. So, one of my Facebook memories from today actually is just when you think Clooney was the worst Batman, along comes Affleck. So this is very poignant. Obviously, today is Batman Day in my life.
Obviously,
7 years ago. But yeah, no, I'm just like the fact that he did Batman, and I've heard all kinds of things like when he did. Was it Water for Elephants? If we're gonna stay on the Reese Witherspoon train, he did it.
Yeah, he did Water for Elephants.
Apparently, he fucking stank. Like he's like a dirty celebrity.
Yeah, he doesn't shower.
Kristen Stewart, like that. I mean, you gotta feel bad for the guy because he was in that whole like I think bought into the whole fairy tale of them being together and falling in love in the movie and and then she cheated on him with her husband or Snow White and the Huntsman director, you know, but like he's having
I just feel weird. She has found her true and authentic self, and congratulations to you, Kristen Stewart. Maybe now that you have found your true and authentic self and you have found love, you could learn how to act.
And don't be a fucking homewrecker because that guy was married. Hooker. I mean, sex worker. I need that sound. Why do we not have that sound?
It's probably a premium sound you have to pay for.
All right. So People, good old People magazine. They
always a reliable news source for news.
I get emails from them, and I don't know how I ended up being like on that mailing list, but I just saw this happen to pop up, and I thought it was kind of funny. Not funny.
You gotta fill out the card. You fill out the card that says, "Please cancel my subscription." Put a stamp on it. Put it in the mail.
Because clicking unsubscribe in their website does not fucking work.
Apparently
I need to send them like a certified letter. So I was just chilling on the 25th, which what was that? Like Thursday was Friday. And I come across one of the officer responsible for George Floyd's death was stabbed in prison. Did you see that?
That's very sad. That's very sad.
Yeah. So it was just a real short, not a whole lot of details, but it was A source familiar with the incident told AP that Chauvin was seriously injured after another inmate attacked him in the Federal Correction Institute in Tucson, Arizona. The prison he's in is a medium security but has low staff because of a lack of security, causing a lack of security. So they're low staffed, medium.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Bureau of Prisons confirmed an unnamed inmate, but obviously we know now it came out. But they made sure to release a statement that said no employees were injured during the incident, and then they had to administer like life-saving measures. But there hasn't been any update on his condition, which I think is kind of interesting. I do think it's kind of a little bit of karma. And if you
Oh,
don't
for
know who
sure.
Derek Chauvin
There
is,
was no way he wasn't going to get shanked. There was
no,
no
for
way.
fucking sure. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wonder if they put him in like a low staffed, medium security prison is on
On
purpose.
purpose. Mm.
Yeah. Because
Arizona is not known for its detentional facilities, shining
yeah,
reputation.
I have seen 60
So
Days In, so there's that. Several seasons of 60 Days In. But
I'm not saying that your conspiracy theory is correct, but I'm also not saying that it's not plausible.
yeah. I just wonder, I don't know, it just makes me, if you guys don't know who Derek Chauvin is, he's not as important as why he is in prison, where he in July 2022 he pled guilty on federal charges of violating the civil rights of George Floyd. He kept his knee on George's neck during like a 2020 arrest, and unfortunately that did result in George Floyd's death. And we
Yeah.
saw that kind of launch a lot of necessary awareness in the media about the mistreatment of persons of color by police and everything. And he did go to
Mm-hmm.
jail. Not that I'm saying homeboy deserved to be stabbed in prison. We don't want to put that out there at all, but it's kind of like, that's some shit, buddy. Because,
I mean,
he,
all
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know, do
say is
people
you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
that is the equivalent of fucking around and finding out, if we're being honest. It really kind of
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I thought that was a little
And
bit of
it set off the whole. I mean, there were people who were doing a little bit, but it really set off the whole people filming law enforcement while they were engaged in either
yeah.
altercations with a suspect or even like interrogating somebody. And I hope that I know that.
He agrees with us. He's just
Do
like,
you
hell
mind?
yeah, mama.
Yeah, he
He's
agrees.
like, no, I've got
You
your
tell
back.
him, Mama.
Yeah.
Um, it's hopefully will lead to a great amount of reform in law enforcement and the way that the power that they're allowed to yield. But there will be certain places where it will make it worse. So I mean, unfortunately,
Yeah.
that's just the world that we live in. But I mean, now everybody walks around with a camera in their pocket, so evidence
Mhm.
is easily had. So I think that it definitely has made a lot of law enforcement officers. Now, let me start by saying this. Not every police officer is bad, but there is a bad apple in every bunch. And
Agreed.
there are people out there that become police officers because they like the feeling of being able to wield that power over somebody. And those
And
are
we
not
call
people
that
that should be police officers.
little dick syndrome. That's what that is. That is
Yeah,
little dick
fuck little.
syndrome. And so, and I mean, there
Whenever
are
we see those
people,
great big lifted trucks on the road, I always go, son of
mhm,
a bitch, your pandas.
yeah, oh, buddy. But I will say too,
Mm-hmm.
is that you'll see a lot of people that'll be like, well, they fuck around and find out in reverse, and maybe they just do what they're told. And I kind of go like both sides, where it's like nobody deserves that. But there are times when
Mm-hmm.
resisting arrest is like a very real thing, and
Yes.
using too much force is a very real thing. But it's about
Yes.
people being properly trained and utilizing and understanding. Especially, there's like a commercial out right now on Hulu that it talks about, we can talk about the freedoms that Americans have, but we shouldn't talk about it until every American has the freedom that they deserve. They deserve to go out and run. They deserve to go out and go shopping where they want, wear a hoodie, all of that. And I
Yep.
mean, we're two very white fucking women from America. We don't have the same frame of reference that, you know, like I don't have to have a conversation with my sons about how to act if you get pulled over, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Yeah.
But
Well,
it's a
I mean, but we have
conversation.
conversations with our children about what their rights are as far as the information that they are required to
Yes.
provide when asked and what they absolutely do not have to do.
Yep.
Because I've been the victim of, like, I'm not necessarily going to say that I was the victim of like someone wielding too much power, but I was always told, you comply with the police. They
Yeah.
ask you a question, you don't lie to them, you do exactly what they ask you to do. And it got me into a couple of situations that I feel like I probably shouldn't have been in. Because if I had said, no, I don't have to do that. If you want me to do that, you're going to have to provide this, or
Yeah.
let me speak to your supervisor, you know, or get your sergeant out here because you can't do this. If I was better informed about what my true civil rights are, and you know, and
Yes.
I'm still to this day, I should be better versed in what my civil rights are as far as dealing with the police, because just because they have a badge does not mean that you have to do everything that they tell you to do.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we are American citizens. We have, you know, we are innocent until proven guilty. There are certain things that we're not required to do just because they tell us to. And everybody
Yeah.
should be well versed. But you are absolutely right. We will never have to explain to our kids, the reason why you have to behave this particular way is because we don't want you to die.
Yeah.
And that is the saddest thing about that whole scenario, is the fact that
Yeah.
they are unfairly, you know, marginalized. And a lot of times it seems like for no other reason but because they
Because they're
are
color.
a person of color. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not
Because I
right
mean, and it's not
at
just
all.
African American people, it's Hispanic people, it's Asian people, it's, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and I can say I've seen non-white racist people as well. So it's not just, but
Mm-hmm.
this is unfortunate history of our country, is that racism is such a prevalent thing that it's like it's old at this point. Like we need to get our shit together, you
Yeah.
know.
Still.
Yeah. Yeah, where is the place for it? And what is the fucking cause of it? Because I've never had any black person, they've never done anything to me. You know? Like I've never, it's
Mm-hmm.
just, it would be like just stereotypes is bullshit, and it's a something we probably could go on and on and on a soapbox. And nobody really wants to hear
Mm-hmm.
two white women drone on and on and on about shit we have no real frame of reference on.
Right.
So
Right.
we will drone on about
But
shit we do have frame of
so,
reference
but
on,
it's
okay?
not what you want to hear. It's 45 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Well, listen, let's wrap this up because Mama's got to pee.
oh, mama gotta pee. This is when we hello poise pads.
Listen, poise isn't hefty duty enough to deal with this.
Oh, this
I would
onslaught.
need a full blown Depends for
A
this
lot of
situation.
I am a Stanley and a half in, so I have to go as well.
Oh,
So
and well, you saw how full this was when we
oh
started.
yeah, you drank
This
that.
is bone dry.
Exactly. I gotta go bandage my broken nail because like it's trying to come up, and I can't get to the salon until like Thursday.
You'll get a
With my
Band-Aid on that
first
shit.
world problems. Where can
Where
we
can we
find you
find you
on?
on socials?
Where can we find you on social media? Oh my god! Like, what is your Instagram handle?
What's your Insta?
My
I am
Insta.
Mean Mommy 420 on
YouTube.
no, I'm not. I'm Mary Mother 420 on TikTok.
Actually, she's OG Mary Mother
Oh, thank
420
you.
on
Well,
TikTok. Go follow her so we can do a live. She's Mean Mommy Life on YouTube.
you're gonna have to do yours too.
I know. I don't remember any other ones, so you're gonna have to. I covered
I'm
two.
Mary Mother 420 on Instagram.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
we do. And we have a Manifested Drama podcast Instagram that
Yes.
I've been getting better about posting shit every day. So go follow us over there. Our last reel that I put up actually got like 47 views, which was like
Woo!
a big deal. So booyah.
Whoop, whoop.
My personal shit on Instagram is Miss Carter A20. I am mama_Missy on TikTok, and go follow us. We ask you guys like, subscribe, tell your friends. It helps us to get Poise Pad money, so that way we can just sit here and pee our pants next time instead
know
of
what?
having to.
Shit's expensive.
And Amy was out of town, and we didn't even get to Amy being out of town. Maybe we'll cover
I
that next
know.
time. And
Next
we'll be
time.
back to 2 episodes a week now that she's back in town.
Happy belated Thanksgiving to everybody. We'll see you guys next week.
Good talking to you, friend.
You too, friend. Talk to you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.